in the big dance. Buckle your seatbelts, folks. It's the best game of the first round, and Petey Lasalla wins the opening draw for UVA. This is a high-powered, potent. Connor Schellenberger has now scored a point in all 33 career games in the orange and blue, and Lasalla is 2 for 2. He's a guy who was on both those teams in 19 and 21 that won the championship. He can create offense. Peyton Cormier, they're in all 3 national polls. You've won back-to-back national championships. You win an ACC regular season title, no ACC tournament, shared it with Notre Dame, and you're on the road, and they're up 2-0. First face-off win for Brown, scooped up by Trevor Yeboah-Cody. Watch out for 23. He was the New York high school football player.
They're dictating the tempo of play against the Cavaliers.
They're out shooting him at 8-5, but Nunes was unbeatable until then. McLean has his 47th goal of the year. And here comes Bruno again after the face-off win by Matt Gunty. 48.
His positioning in the cage here late in the season.
Griffin King has now scored a goal in 7 straight games for Brown. Again, it's the wings who are going to decide the face-off. Lots of contact. Lasalla nearly knocked over Yeboah-Cody, but it's hard to do that. A former football star.
Yeboah-Cody as good as any. Brant's first goal of the season.
First of his career, the true freshman out of West Islip, New York.
What a moment.
Welcome to the big show, young fella. Petey Lasalla can score himself, and UVA responds about 10 seconds later. This guy is not a Fogo. He's a face-off, stay out there, and score his 8th goal of the season.
And that's a 2-pointer in the PLL, right? And that's your face-off man, Petey Lasalla. After the violation, pushes it in transition. Brown slow to engage. And let's look at the positioning here of the shot. It's to the offside, hip side on the post. He has had some monumental goals in his career, particularly in the tournament. He is instant offense for the Cavaliers.
4 goals separate the 3rd for Bruno and the 3rd for UVA. We're deadlocked again at 3. Both these guys are not going to come off the field at the face-off X. Lasalla blasted by Yeboah-Cody, returning the favor, and it's Bears ball. Games for Brown this year. It's not Antonelli's cheese shop, but he ripped some ched that time. Brown back in front. Lasalla wins the face-off. Bears have 4 different goal scorers. Lasalla just scored one for the Hoos. Gets some space, fires again. Terry Olt with the save. 3rd save tonight for the championship weekend in 2016, and says he only would have left for one of 2 jobs. Syracuse, he's from Lafayette, right out of central New York, and Virginia was the other one. It was a hard decision, an emotionally charged decision, but Tiffany went to Charlottesville. I'd say it's worked out for him. Back land in the crease after the ball enters the net. You're not allowed to land in the goal mouth right around the... Lasalla tries to chase down the face-off. Scooped up, Scott Bauer. It sticks in his cross. He fires, and it's a pole goal for the Cavs. Scott Bauer has his 2nd of the season.
We've given Brown and their wings all the credit so far in this game, and Scott Bauer from Texas. I mean, the release on this shot, he looks like it. I mean, the 3-quarter pull to the far post. He looked like an offensive midi there. Building some momentum for the Cavaliers with back-to-back goals.
Listen to the Virginia fans here in Providence. There's a UVA chant breaking out. They travel well. Scott Bauer, what an athlete, a football background from the Episcopal School in Dallas. Lasalla again got crunched, and it's UVA ball. Next man up mentality. Replaced Darian Cook a few weeks ago, and he's been a revelation. 15 points in a 4-game span to end the regular season after he didn't have one in the opening couple of months. It's another face-off win for Brown.
There's just so much speed on the wing for Brown.
Bruno now leads 7-6 at the Faceoff X. Teammates in the Premier Lacrosse League doing battle tonight in the NCAA tournament. Lasalla wins the faceoff. We're back even at the Faceoff X, 7-7. Schellenberger, way too much space. Terriel denies him. For 2:20, and Brown has scored 3 straight goals to retake the lead after Virginia scored the first 3 of this second quarter. Again, it's a battle of wings, but there's Petey Lasalla, 5'7", 185, a guy who squats 500 plus, who wins the faceoff for UVA. Here comes Connor on the setup. Cormier doesn't need a whole lot of space on the angle. We're tied again.
Petey Lasalla picks up the contested ground ball and gets it over to Connor, who finds Cormier, who missed an opportunity a moment ago, but here at his prime spot on the field, goal line extended. The lefty buries it low to low.
You having fun yet?
What a matchup. Both teams came to play.
Matt Gunty, 48 in white, hit the deck, selling out to try to win this face-off, and it's tracked down by Matt Moore, of all people. Go to Haps in a brown uniform. Second half is underway. The face-off X has been dead even, just like the entire first half was. Petey Lasalla for UVA, Matt Gunty for Brown. Let's see if we've got a violation or a push, maybe. And that's going to be Brown ball. What'd you see there, partner? Jeff Connor to Connor Schellenberger, 4 goals tonight and 4 lead changes. Already 1 pull goal for UVA tonight, make it 2. Ben Weyer, the sophomore D-man, has a 2-goal lead for the Hoos.
That's their 3rd goal in transition. Weyer, who is their starting long stick coming into the season, has battled injuries. And right here we're going to see Lasalla, we talked about, win the face-off to himself quickly. Is when they're at their best, and then he does a nice job pushing in transition, and Parker, number 8, finds the long stick midi. Number 45, Ben Weyer, gets his 2nd goal of the season. They had high expectations for him. Comes up big here in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
Matt, Virginia's at its most dangerous when they're playing make it take it. 9 seconds between those goals, and Lasalla wins another faceoff. Gets fancy trying to pass it back to Cole Kastner, and it's scooped up by the true freshman Nunes. Nothing gets a team fired up like a pole goal, right? Brown wins the faceoff as Gunty sent it back to the defensive side. Scooped up here by George King. Here comes the senior out of California. King shoots from a sharp angle. 6th tie of the game. 27 seconds between goals for Bruno. And now 9 different goal scorers. Matt, did you see what Lars Tiffany and his staff was talking about?
I did not see
Charlottesville. The ties between these 2 programs, going back to Dom Starja and Pete Lasagna's sister Chrissy, who married Dom Starja, they go way back. These 2 are linked as Matt Gunty wins the faceoff. Tiffany describes him as shoots first, asks questions later. Cormier has his 46th of the year as Lasalla tumbles down. There's a flag. Finally, Petey Lasalla's been taking a beating today.
Petey Lasalla was just gripping his back, and now it's like, you know what? No one's guarding me. I'm going to try to get a step-down shot here. It is tough, but
he's unbelievable. 10 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Picked up by Jack Pio. Pass is a little too tall for the 6'3".
Such upside in that league. I think that's a steal. I think he is one of, if not the best, dodging middies in the country, and they got him its most commanding lead.
Matt, this game was tied at 9 in the 3rd quarter. 5 straight for UVA, and again, make it, take it. Petey Lasalla wins the faceoff, and he can play offense.
This game is changing on its axis because Petey Lasalla is starting to dominate it. Pass from Schellenberger. I can't tell you how hard it is to throw that pass that softly, right? When you're that close and to be that accurate. When you have Peyton Cormier in the interior. Good things happen.
Cormier is making up for some mistakes too, man. A couple of turnovers, a wonky shot between the legs when he might not have needed to, and now Brown has a chance. They tried to scoop it in, and Virginia somehow. Maybe the slickest hands in college lacrosse. Dixon, by the way, shoots 43% this year. He doesn't take bad shots. Matt, they went over 20 minutes of game time without scoring. That's their first goal since 8:08 of the third quarter. Virginia wins another draw. That's Gable Braun out there, number 40 in Navy.
Gable Braun had a little more success against Maryland in the first match.